Streaming. Hi, everybody. Just thought I would pop in a little bit early. Going to hang out till 10:30. We're going to do the second part of writing. I'm sorry, hang out till 11. We're going to do the second part of writing, which is very, very brief. And basically, it talks about how to use a formal tone when writing, and that's what we use in an educational setting. We use a formal tone when you're writing a resume, in your cover letter. We use a formal tone um, in a workplace. Actually, we would, you know, that's most appropriate to behave in that manner in a workplace and speak in formal tone, unless you know the environment. That's always be cautious, and when you know the environment, then you can be informal. But if you don't know the environment, and you can actually ask the question and look around and research a company. If you think you may want to work somewhere, find out what it's like, because it might not fit you, who you are, and you would be there and you wouldn't succeed. So it's an attitude, it's a mood, it's a feeling, and then there is language appropriate to those settings. So that's it's an important skill to be able to recognize that. But in an academic setting or learning based setting, you're always going to respond with a formal tone in your writing. So we're gonna hang out for 2 more minutes. How's everybody doing? Some heavy stuff going on right now. It's a lot. It's a lot. We've had our family lose everything in a fire. We've had lost some children. Um, if you're listening to that trial, that's a horrible thing. And we're all going through our own individual traumas. I acknowledge that we have those things in our life, and as a society right now, where we are in wound up in trauma. But let's hang on. And if you feel like it's too much, there are places that you can go. There are people that you can talk to. Never think that you're suffering alone, that you're going through anything alone, because you don't have to. You don't have to. And even um, we are in a community action organization. So you never know what we can do here for you and what way we may be able to lighten your load. Who do I have here with me today? Hey,
Hello?
how's it been?
Good.
Good, good, good. Have you been out playing,
Yeah,
frolic,
more or less.
April rain? It's
Hmm.
it's not really frolic weather.
No.
I'm looking for these 60s and 70s to come back.
Oh, yeah.
So this is a real quick one. It's how to use an objective tone when you're writing. So it's really the tone we use in an academic setting, like you would use in your papers, um, right?
Yep.
Appropriate language and mood. It's just formal, not the way we normally talk when we're amongst our friends or one another, like sup.
Yep.
Uh, that's an informal tone, and it's cool in its own setting. But we're going to talk about real fast how to use an objective tone in writing. So just
Hmm.
share the screen real quick, share, and we're going to get started. As I said, this is a short one. Can you see that, Mason?
Yep.
Okay, so hide. There we go. So here you go. How to use an objective tone in your writing. Six tips that you should know. So here we go. And this is important. Objective tone tends to be impersonal because it doesn't include anything about the writer. So rather than including opinions, the writer focuses on sticking only to the facts and figures. To practice using an objective tone in your writing, focus on these 6 tips. Facts and data. Before writing, you have to do research to support your ideas. A lot of times in the essays you'll get on tests, though, they will supply the information for you. So it says, though, if you were to write a paper, say you're going on to college, it says to locate quality, non biased sources to help you achieve the objective tone you want. It's not Wikipedia, folks. And also, don't forget to cite your sources to show the reader where the ideas came from for your writing. Don't steal it. When you get to college, there are some professors who use what's the word I'm looking for? They use those programs that can tell if you have plagiarized or borrowed your ideas somewhere else. So that's important too. So here now, this is always important. Whether they ask you to do it or not, do it because it strengthens your argument. Show opposing viewpoints. And another way is to stay unbiased or not to be prejudiced in your writing is to show all sides of the argument. Balance your ideas by discussing the counter argument because that makes your argument all the stronger. Yes, I entertained um, the idea about counting ketchup as a vegetable in a school lunch, but I came to the conclusion that it doesn't supply enough nutrition. So, yes, I acknowledge the other viewpoints. And when presenting all of the viewpoints, be careful that you're not showing the reader when you have to show both viewpoints, which side you side with. So you have to be very careful of what they're asking you. If they're asking you to take a side, though, that's a different thing. But always consider the opposite argument and put that in your writing. And this is so important. We don't care about what you think. So no I's, me's, my's, mine's, you's, we's, none of that in your writing. Now I'll explain the second point. They don't care what you think. They're asking you to write on a subject and they have supplied you with the information. So your opinion is not wanted, it's not required, and it will hurt you. Don't use personal pronouns in objective writing. Again, we're talking about formal communication. Don't use contractions. They make your writing sound casual. So don't say don't say can't, write do not and cannot. Okay, remember it's a professional setting, and so these things are more important than when we're writing informally, casually. And so consider your word choice. Use vocabulary, use jargon or the specific language of, say, if it's science, specific science terms to discuss your topic. However, don't exaggerate, that's hyperbole. Don't use colloquialisms, that is slang, or words that show judgment or opinions. Again, we don't care what you think. So this includes words like awesome, terrible, very, or sarcastic. Be careful. Make sure you refrain from including your opinion, which could impact the meaning of your ideas. And then finally, we don't want you to ask questions. Don't ask questions, but reword the ideas as statements. And this will keep the writing impersonal. So you can focus on presenting the facts. And this objective tone is also referred to as an academic tone. So as you present facts in a paper or other types of writing, it's important from putting in your opinion. That way readers can learn the facts and form their own opinion. So you may be writing to inform, okay? And you just want to present facts in a dry, objective, emotionless way. And that is really it. Some of you have the task exam coming up at the end of the month. Some of you are taking it in next month. So these things are important when you write these essays. It's 6 little tips. I thought it was really great and helpful. So that's all we have for today. Is there anything you want to add to that, Mason?
No, I mean, those are just guidelines. Well, basically help. So
Yeah. Have you found those things to be helpful in your writing?
yeah, more or less. But I've developed my own things that help me write. So
Okay.
and everybody's
Do
a
you
little
have
different.
any? Do you have any right now that you could share?
I mean, everybody's a little different. I mean,
Yes,
find what you're good at and focus on it and strengthen
yes,
that, and then help
that's right.
try to build up the other parts that you're not too strong with.
Yes, that's right. So what you're talking about is writing in your voice, and the more you write, you will develop a voice.
Yep.
Um, just be careful when you're doing formal writing that you're not putting too much of your own, as they said, opinions. But you
Yeah.
all the more that you write will develop a voice, and that is absolutely fine, and you'll feel more comfortable. So that's all we have for today. Thank you, Mason, for popping in. We've
Yeah.
got science at 11:30. Hope to see you all there. Mason, have a great day. If I don't see you
You
again.
as well.
Thank you.